So, what is a leader's track record? What's your track record as a leader in that leadership role? What do you consider to be your track record? To be considered a success, you should have a track record. What is it that matters to you more than any other thing? What is the evidence that you have done a good job as a leader? What is it that you derive that confidence from when you walk away from your leadership role, knowing that you have done your very best and that you have left an important legacy, a legacy that will last you for years to come? Leadership is about legacy. Leadership is not about you. It begins with you. It's about what you accomplish, but what you accomplish in the lives of people. What you accomplish in the lives of people. Welcome to Leadership in 30 Minutes. My name is Olatunji Sobodu, and I'm your anchor on Leadership in 30 Minutes. Leadership in 30 Minutes is brought to you courtesy of Emmet Leadership Academy. At Emmet Leadership Academy, our business is nurturing leaders based on truth. And for avoidance of doubt, as much as we rely on experience of over 3 decades, for us, the truth is found in the Word of God. The truth is found in the Word of God. We're speaking today on the topic, your best track record as a leader. Your best track record as a leader. Let me submit right at the onset that one of the greatest sources of confusion with leaders is what really matters to leaders. What really matters in leadership. All right. And you find that typically many leaders tend to major on the minor and minor on the major. There is often a misunderstanding of what the priorities of leadership should be, of what the focus of the leader should be, of what or who is most important to the leader. Many times we're focused on the numbers and not on the people. Yet leadership is about people. Okay, it is the word being a leader simply means that you have people who are following, who are looking up to you, and you are taking them somewhere. Leadership is a journey. It's a journey that doesn't involve you alone. If it were left to you alone, you'll just be taking a stroll. You'll be going on your own. But to the extent that people are following you, there's a journey. And the journey is not about you. The journey is about where you are taking the people to. So many times the focus is on numbers, is on market share, is on efficiency, is on profitability, and less on the people. Unfortunately, therefore, the people are often seen as instruments that are used, that the leader uses to accomplish results. And therein lies an even bigger problem, which is the fact that at the end, in situations like that, it's the leader who takes the glory, not the people. So the leader can run away with a fat bonus, and the people, are handed pittance, as it were, when in fact, the leader couldn't have gotten results without the help and the input of the people. Now, having said that, it's important to draw emphasis or draw attention to what truly matters. and you can hazard a guess. What truly matters? What is your track record? When we ask about what you have done as a leader, when we ask you to assess yourself, whether you have been a good leader, a credible leader, whether you are indeed someone that anyone should follow, what are you going to talk about? What would you say? We're looking at your best track record as a leader. And I want to draw, as our custom is, from a statement that a very profound leader made. And that's in the person of Paul, the apostle. And Paul made a statement in 2 Corinthians 3 and verse 3. Because the context of that statement was, look, what do we have to prove to you? He was writing to the Corinthians and he was saying to them, what do we have to prove to you as a leader or as leaders? What do we have to prove to you? What do we cherish the most as the impact of our leadership? What truly matters to us? And we can learn from him, a profound guy, who made such tremendous impact, a leader who was very decisive, whose profile was almost larger than life. But in that larger than life nature of his profile, he was humble as well at the core. He didn't throw himself around, as the one in charge, although he was firm and decisive, as a leader should be. And this was what he said. Okay, when he was writing to the people on this matter, he said clearly, all right, he said, you are a letter from Christ showing the result of our ministry among you. The letter is written not with pen and ink, but with the Spirit of the living God. It is carved not on tables of stone, but on human hearts. What was he saying? He was basically saying that you represent our track record. You are our best track record. If we have done anything as leaders, if we have accomplished anything as leaders, be rest assured that our best accomplishment is what we have planted in your hearts. It's who you have become as a result of our leadership. He said, you are the evidence that we have done leadership right, that we have been good and effective leaders. Isn't that profound? He wasn't counting how many people they had brought into the fold. He wasn't counting how many places he had visited, all right, to speak or to minister. He wasn't counting the number of miracles. He was counting the impact on the hearts of the people. In essence, he was saying to them, look, this is what matters. You represent what matters to leadership. What has become of you as our followers is our source of pride, is the basis for saying we're good leaders. It's all about you. It's all about you. That's profound. That's not normal. That's the lesson, however, that leaders of today need to learn. The numbers are important, but the numbers are not as important as the people, because until the numbers, by the way, can be achieved without any impact on the people. That's the truth. If you use people, you can get the job done. You can get the job done, and they won't benefit. they won't be transformed. They won't learn. At least not as much as if you were deliberate about ensuring that you impact the people, you transform the people as you lead them, and indeed as the primary focus of your leadership. One can't overemphasize this fact because day after day, you see how leaders use their people. You see the mindset of leaders about the people, that they don't see the people as having been committed into their hands to be developed, to be shaped, all right, for them to add value to. They look at the people as those who have been brought to them, through whom they are meant to achieve their targets. And of course, once your perspective is that corrupted, I would say, you can't even, you won't appreciate the people given to you, and you won't do the needful as far as they're concerned. If I see you as a means to an end, if I see you as an instrument to be used, my attitude towards you is going to be different. It's going to be pretty different. But if I see you as one that I have responsibility for, not to use you to accomplish my targets, but to primarily develop you so that you can accomplish, you have my kind of capabilities, and indeed develop you to the point where you can accomplish better results than myself, then I have brought the right approach to my responsibility, and my focus would be so influenced or so anchored. Your best track record lies in your people. He's seen in your people. You have to learn as a leader to focus on your people. I often insist that leadership is too important to be messed with. And it is so because what is involved is the lives of the people. Paul made it clear here. He said, in case you don't understand, my essence as a leader is to turn you into more valuable members of the community. And that many times involved emptying myself into you, or lighting your candle with mine. All right? Developing the skills that I have, the gifts that I have, ensuring that I'm able to replicate them in you, especially my character attributes. Especially my character attributes. Because when I have done that, then you can begin to replicate me in terms of capacity and in many other ways. Let's turn to the way Jesus himself presented it. And he was very clear about what he wanted to be remembered for. Very clear. I love John 17 because it teaches very deep insights on what truly matters to leaders. And there, he made a bold submission. I wish many of us can make today without just boasting, as it were, or making false claims. Why do I say that? He said to the one who sent him, it's like going to your board and saying to your board, sirs, I have delivered on my mandate. That's what he said. He looked to God and said, I have done what you asked me to do. I have delivered on my mandate. What a profound submission that a leader is so bold as to make that statement, not as a boast, but as truth, referring to his accomplishment. I want to get to that position, and I believe that you would like to get to that position where, well, those who don't know, would think that we're boasting. But the truth is the truth. It doesn't matter whether you think I'm boasting or not. In any case, many times when you have strong enough conviction to declare the truth, those who lack understanding will misinterpret it for a boast. But that's what he said here. And in John 17, we see it. He said clearly, he said, now give me what you promised to give me, the reward you promised to give me. He said, glorify. The time has come. I have done my job. Now glorify me so that I can glorify you. He was asking for his reward. He was asking for his reward. He said in verse 4, John 17 and verse 4, he said, look, I have glorified you on the earth. How? I have finished the work that you gave me to do. Here's a leader talking. Why are we looking at this from the perspective of leadership? Because here he was not referring to going to the cross. In this case, he was talking about the people that he was leading, the 12 gentlemen that had been committed into his hands. That's what all of John 17 is about. And that's why, I wrote the book, Christmas is about leadership, because many times we talk about the salvation mandate, but we forget that it is the platform of leadership that he engaged to deliver on that mandate. Otherwise, did he have to put together 12 men, a team, to be able to accomplish that? It was because the leadership was very crucial. He led the 12 men and left the 12 men behind, who went ahead with a clear mandate to continue propagating the work that he had done. Very strategic, very straightforward as well. So he had to replicate himself, his capabilities, all that teaching and healing that he was doing in these 12 men. It was a requirement because here it is saying, this is the work you gave me to do. So it was an integral element of what the one who sent him was expecting to be accomplished. He apparently had been given a mandate to lead a set of people, to turn them into new men, so that they can continue as his legacy. And so you would find that in this report card, where he points to his track record, he never talked about how many people he ministered to. He didn't refer to 5,000 people that he fed. He didn't refer to another 4,000 people that he fed. He didn't talk here about anyone that he helped in terms of, healing, anyone who enjoyed miracles. He talked only about the people that he led. And in talking about the people, he talked about what he had made of them, what transformation he had accomplished in their lives. I have finished the work that you gave me. This is the mandate that you gave me. And what was it? He said in verse 8, he said, for I have given unto them the words that you gave me, and they have received the words, and they know that I came from you, and they believe that I am truly sent. So you see the point about your best track record is the people that you are leading. And it's not just the people, it is what have you planted in the people? What have your people become as a result of your leadership? Because your track record will speak in and through your people. You want to be a good leader? Truly a good leader. We see a good leader by asking for who are the people that you led and looking into the lives of those people to see what you have made of them. So it's funny when somebody comes up and presents himself as a leader, and you're unable to find people who have worked with him. You're unable to assess the impact he has made on the lives of people. You can't find people who have been with him come out to speak for or against him. There is no one that is like a showcase of his ability to impact people. You need to be very wary. So leaders don't come and say, I saved a lot of money, I grew the economy, I created many jobs. They are secondary. Leaders are assessed by the quality of what they deposit in the lives of the people. Because when you do deposit the right substance, the people will go ahead to do great things. The people will go ahead to do great things. You run away from a leader, a disaster in the making, I guarantee you. Who talks about the numbers without ever talking about the people that they develop? Run away from them. They are wolves in sheep clothing. They should be feared because they are misrepresenting what leadership is about. They are masking their lack of competence to do leadership right. And if they ever get to the leadership position, it won't bode well for the people. Leadership is about people. It's about people. If you must boast about what you have accomplished as a leader, start by boasting about what you planted in your people. Start by showing who your people are. You start by being proud to exhibit the people who have grown under you, who you have nurtured, because that's what matters. It is people that sustain track record. It is people who get the numbers. Numbers don't appear. Profit doesn't appear. Sales does not happen by itself. It happens because there are people behind it. But you don't want sales when the people are not growing, because you can achieve results without following due process, isn't it? Everybody knows that. Are those the kinds of results you want to achieve? Is that what is good for the community? Is that what is good for the organization? That's a different matter. but it's an important matter. But when your focus is on first adding value to the people as a means to getting the results, then you are safe. And those are the kinds of leaders that you and I should crave for, should vote for. Your best track record is seen in your people. When you find yourself boasting about the numbers or relying heavily on the numbers to showcase what you have accomplished as a leader, you have missed it. You're on the wrong path. If you can't beat your chest and showcase your people and what you have made them to become, exhibit them, and let us judge by the things that we see in them, by the attributes that they showcase, by the words that they speak, the content of their words, then we need to be wary of you as a leader. You are not likely to be a good leader. Good leaders showcase their people as their track record. You want to know what I have accomplished as a leader? I will showcase my people. And in my people, you will see me. In my people, you will see the skills that you admire in me. Or you truly want to understand who I am, look at the people who have been with me, who have walked committedly with me. That's the message for today. Your best track record. This message is useful not just for leaders, it's useful for followers. Because you want to commit yourself to a leader, you should be interested in finding out who are those that have walked with this leader, that have served under this leader, that have undertaken a journey with this leader before you. What has become of them? That will give you a good idea of what to expect under this new person's leadership. And let me surprise you. A leader will be held responsible for what becomes of those that he's presiding over. But guess what? It's also the responsibility of a follower to decide to follow the right leader. So the point is this: what becomes of you is going to be a function of who you are following, of who you believe, of whose words you listen to and you receive and act upon. And it's very simple. John 1 and verse 14. It says, he came to his own did not receive him, but as many as received him, to them he gave what? Power to become his sons. That's what leaders do. But you have to receive his words. You have to receive his ways before you can access the power to operate like him. I can speak a lot on that, but that's not the subject for today. But it's to say to you that it's important that you know what to look for in a leader. Otherwise, we won't blame anybody but ourselves for our wrong choice. Too many leaders present themselves as credible leaders, whereas they are wolves in sheep clothing. They misrepresent themselves by showcasing what isn't the right measure for assessing their leadership. Next time, when you are faced with a choice, when a leader wants you to follow, you should inquire about the impact they have made on the people they have led in the past. And I remember that it can be very costly. I mean, Nigeria just had, an election, and it was a big deal. And all manner of people came forward making all manner of representations. From what we have talked about today, you know what to look for. I mean, we are the ones voting. That means the choice of who we install as the leader is ours. But shouldn't we know what to truly look for in a leader? It is not the numbers. It is not the savings. Ask the leader, where are the people you have nurtured, you have groomed? Where are they today? Why are they speaking in your favor? Are they bold enough to come out and say, this is what I have become as a result of your tutelage? If we can't find them, or if they come out and we assess them and they are nothing to write home about, then of course you can't possibly be the right choice. Except, of course, we can make you the right choice, but that would be a big mistake. Why? Because what truly matters in leadership, you do not possess. It's not me saying that. It's the substance of leadership that dictates so. And we have learned from the book of truth, from credible leaders, whose impact we continue to see today. The interesting thing about what took place after Jesus had left the scene was that people that came to interact with the same guys that he developed, they saw Jesus in him. Even the elders marveled. Who are these guys? We used to know these guys as illiterates. They've always been around us. I mean, these are mere fishermen. But these fishermen had been trained within 3 years. So much so that their leader, the only track record that the leader was showcasing is what he had done with the lives of these people. And these people began to show themselves in ways that people could see that something profoundly different had taken place in their lives. So much value had been added to their lives. And then they recognized who was responsible for that. It was their leader. It was Jesus. That's what leadership is about. That's how it is done. That's the track record that you and I must aspire, must walk towards. That's what truly matters as far as leadership is concerned. That's what we must look for as followers who are trying to choose or to install a leader to take us to the so-called promised land. That's what I have for you today. It's Leadership in 30 Minutes. And my name remains Olatunji Sobodu. I thank you for joining me today. I want to, encourage you, if this has been a blessing to you, if you have gained something from it, why not share the link, share the uh, video with others, let them learn. We need to help ourselves, to help each other, to understand what leadership truly is, to encourage ourselves, to commit to also become good leaders. All right. And doing all of that will help us to nurture many more leaders instead of looking up to people to be the leader that we desire. We also must recognize that at our different levels, we are called to be leaders. Many of us are looking to some, higher people, all right, who can lead us, who can lead the nation, who can become this and become that. And we forget that even at our own levels, we are called to provide quality leadership. So, this is my motivation. This is what I'm out to do at this stage, of life. And I believe for the rest of, my time here. It's so important. You would have seen that from all that we have discussed. So share with others. All right, share the link, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, so that when these broadcasts come up on Thursday, Monday morning, we have Leadership Monday, and today, Thursdays, we have Leadership in 30 Minutes. You can be notified ahead of the broadcast and you can join us. And I want to encourage you also to please put your comment. Let's have feedback. Um, if in whatever way this has been a blessing, uh, please just say something in the comment. Encourage us as well. And if there is any aspect of leadership you would like me to speak to, or if there are any questions you want to ask or issues that you may want to raise, the comments are there and you can reach me as well, through that channel. I want to encourage you. My uh, just launched a new newsletter. It's called the Share newsletter. Share, as in Share. You can join the newsletter and join the Share community by using the link that is on the that is scrolling now on the screen and has been scrolling actually since we started. You can also scan that QR code and it will take you to where you can join the community, subscribe, and it's all about leadership. Share newsletter is about share leading by sharing, leading by sharing. And what I'll be doing through the newsletter is to share deep insights on the subject of leadership as revealed to me, from the Word of God, to do so as urgently, with a sense of urgency, so that according to First John 1 3 to 4, you can have the same experience as I have. All right. There it was saying, the disciples were saying, what we see and what we have seen, what we have learned is what we declare to you, so that we can share in the same joy. We can share in the same experience. That's the inspiration that I have to kick off that newsletter. And it will be bringing profound nuggets to you. So go ahead and join. Is for serious minded people. So there is a token to be paid, but it promises to be uh, of great value, of far greater value than anything you would ever consider paying. So, once again, thank you for joining me today. Remember, Leadership Monday, join on Monday, take delivery of your nugget for the week. It's all about doing leadership right. That's our commitment at Emet Leadership Academy. And you can count on us to deliver continually in that regard. We've been speaking today on your best track record as a leader, and I hope that you have gained profoundly from that. Enjoy the rest of your day and what remains of your week, and look forward to seeing you again sometime. By the way, if you can check um, I'll be starting a series on the 6th of August. I'll speak to that on Monday. And the series is on authentic leadership, how to become an authentic leader. It's a 9-day exploratory program. Let me show you, the issues about authenticity. A lot of people talk about it, but I think many times we tend to mix things up. All right. If authenticity is important, people desire it, but they don't achieve it. Why? Because they have a different, I believe, a wrong understanding of what true authenticity means in the context of leadership. So I'll be looking at that. I'll be looking at 7 dimensions that you must fulfill, you must be mindful of, you must work hard to represent if you must be authentic. So we'll be doing that over 9 days, 1.5 hours every day for 9 days. You want to check that out. Be on the lookout. Like I said, I'll speak on it on Monday. I'll put a link also in the description of this video so you can check back and check the link or check the comment area, and you'll find a link and you can learn more from that link and decide if you want to be a part of that program. But, you know, um, it's going to be a fun, time. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be deeply impactful and insightful. Um, and, you know, you want to be a part of it. A good investment, by the way. All right, I think I've said enough for today. Once again, thank you very much for your patience. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of this. I look forward to our meeting again on Monday by the grace of God. God bless you. Bye bye.